Hi there everyone, my name is Tyler Stanzik, and in this video in particular, I'm going to show you how you can create a really cool ripple effect animation in PowerPoint. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so what I'm first going to do is show you guys what it actually looks like as the whole animation, and then I'm going to break it down piece by piece on how to actually build this animation in PowerPoint. So as you can see here on the first slide, I have a title that says Mountain Elevation Stats, and a subtitle text would go here. And really, this is just some random text. It doesn't really mean anything. And then I also have this elevation of 10,000 feet with a location first day hiking. And then over here at this peak, I have 30,000 feet. Again, this is all just really random text for this animation. And then I say, welcome to Blue Mist Mountain. Now I'm going to show you guys next is what it actually looks like when you animate it, and this really brings it to life and helps the user really interact with the visual. So I have that welcome to Blue Mist Mountain that happens right here, and then the elevation pops up on the left and the right at the same time. I'll play it one more time. Pops up, left and right, and slowly comes in. It's really nice and smooth. I really like it. So this obviously is an example that might not be applied to every use case in a slide, but I want to show you guys how you can really take your slides a little bit more creative instead of just having your usual bullet points. And maybe if you're trying to create an infographic like this may be a helpful tool. So moving on to breaking down how to actually make this animation. So if you see here on slide 2, I have the title Mountain Elevation Stats, and then subtitle text would go here. So all I did for this was I used Arial font, and for this text right here, I actually added a spacing of 11.8 points. And then for this text right here, I believe there was just normal spacing applied. Alright, and then I just made this font 40, and then the subtitle text font 16. And then I just put in the upper left, so it looks really nice. That can be your title text. Alright, next what I have here is this blue mist kind of foggy texture on top of the image. So in order to get this background image that you see here in this presentation, all you have to do is go to unsplash.com, and they have a bunch of high resolution images that you can use for free. And where I added this was I actually went into the slide master, and then I added it right here and made sure to crop it. So if you go here to format and then crop, you'll notice that the image is a lot bigger than the actual slide, so I had to crop it a little bit. And then I also added just this rectangle box, and if you right click format shape, I added a fill, and I usually do an eyedrop of like a color in this image. And then what I'll do is just make the transparency around like 38%, and then just put that over the image. And that way it's easy to see any type of visuals or animations you have on that slide. So that is how I got the title, subtitle text, and the background image. Moving on to slide 3, now I'm adding in that blue mist fog. So I could actually animate this misty fog to come in as well, but for this animation, I didn't want to be too busy with the animation, so I just added it as a still image. And what I did for this fog to get it, I actually made it myself in Photoshop. So I know obviously this is a PowerPoint tutorial, so I'll be linking this template in the description below for you guys to have. So if you like that blue mist fog, you can obviously take it for your own presentations. And what I did was it's 2 different fog images, and they're cropped a little bit. So I put one on the left and the right, and in order to group those 2 images, all you have to do is do right click and then group. So I could also ungroup them as well, and then you could also click on both and do Control G to group. Alright, so moving on to the next part of this visual, this is where I'm actually going to get some of the animations going. So I have this welcome to Blue Mist Mountain text, and then I have this very unique shape. So in order to create a shape like this, you can go to Insert, Shapes, and then it's actually called an arc. Alright, so in this arc shape, you can choose how long the arc's going to be, if you want it to be a whole circle or just half. And then what I did was I just rotated it like this. And then you can actually add like a gradient fill. So that's kind of how I got a similar look to the one that you see right here. Obviously, I would make this go in a little bit so it's even more transparent. And maybe this one a little bit lighter. That way it's like a smoother effect. And then if you want to wrap around a little bit more, you can. You can actually have it go all around like that, as you can see. So it's very customizable. For this one, I'll click on it just so you guys can see. So I had the position of a white color at 8%, and then transparency of 56%, and then 0% brightness, and then the angle is set to 90 degrees. For this other stop, I have a transparency of 100%, position 100%, and still the angle is 90 degrees for this entire shape. All right, so now that I have that shape, I want it to kind of expand out and then have the text come up. So in order to achieve that, what I'm first gonna have to do is I can click on animations and open up my animation pane. And you'll see here I have 3 animations on the right. The first one is for this arc. So what I did was I actually chose the shape animation and I chose the option out. And it's also gonna be a circle. All right, so you'll see that the circle is highlighted and the out is highlighted for the shape option. You can also change it to be a box or a diamond, and what this does, it just chooses how the animation is going to expand. Is it going to expand in like a diamond shape, or is it going to expand in a circular shape? The reason why I chose circular is because I have a circle right here. So now what I need to do is I need to make sure it's going out. And that will give it kind of like a ripple effect, as if like you threw a rock in water and then all of a sudden this ripple's coming out of the water. And I have a duration of 2 seconds for this animation. All right, so moving on to the text. For this text, I have a font size of 24 for the welcome to. And then for the Blue Mist Mountain, I have a font size of 31, and both of these fonts are in Arial. All right, so then what I did was, this is all just one text box. And I had this Blue Mist Mountain, a spacing of very loose, and then the welcome to, I had a spacing of just loose. And then I also did this text shadow effect for the welcome to, and for Blue Mist I also had the text shadow effect as well. And that just gives it a little bit more emphasis to the text. Like if you'll see, if I get rid of it, it's just more of like a flat shape. But then when I add the mist, it gives a little bit more dimension. All right, so now to actually have the animation after that circle expands and you want the text to come upward, this is what you can do. So you first need to add in this animation, which is a fade, and then you're also going to need a line animation. So in order to do that, I'll just copy this text right here, just so you guys can see. I'll remove this. And so first, what I'll do is I'll add the fade animation. And while you're doing this, you always want to make sure that you're adding your animations right here and not picking them through this drop down here. Because if you pick them through this drop down, you'll only be able to add 1 animation to your effect and not more than 1. So that's why it's important to always click all your animations in this drop down. All right, so now we added that fade effect right here. And then we're also going to, on top of that, add the line animation. So now that we have those 2 animations added, we now need to correct the animation to be the same as before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do with previous. And then I'm going to also do this one with previous. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have this line go upward because we don't want the animation to come down. We want the text to come up. And then we also want to make sure that the text is moving up but not appearing until it's already moving upward. So that's why we have this fade animation with a little bit of a delay. So that way the line animation is working behind the scenes and then the fade works as a smooth way for the text to come up and appear. So I'm just going to have a delay of 0.75 for the fade, and then the line I can have a delay of 0.25. And then let's try playing this. So let's see how it looks. All right, so it fades in. Now, this is all good and all, but we probably want to make sure that it's not going as high. So I'll zoom into this actual one here. You see here, I actually edited these red and green points so that they're not going that far of a distance. And that way, when you spend that much time with that animation, it just slowly fades in and it's not as fast. Like if I were to push it all the way up here, the whole animation is going to go a lot faster. So you see that if it's only that short distance, you play it, it just slowly comes in. All right, so another thing I like to do with line animations is have a smooth ending to them and not just have them like go up and then choppy. So in order to do that, you can go into effect options, and then I do a smooth end right here, and I had a 1.75 second smooth end. All right, so that way when it comes up, it'll slowly end the animation. All right, so now if I play this all together, you'll see the ripple and then the text slowly come up. And the reason why we delayed these 2 animations is because we want that ripple to happen first and then the text to slowly come up. And for a best rule of thumb, I would make sure that all your animations are set to with previous, and then you can customize the delays as to when you want that actual animation to start. All right, so now we have the background image, we have the title text, subtitle text, we also have the blue fog, and now we have our first animation with the ripple and then text coming up. So now we could actually end here if you'd like, but if you're trying to make this into more of like an infographic, let's say you're a hiker and you want to have like this mountain infographic that's very animated, this is how you can add in a couple more features. So on slide 5, I added in some fun facts, like at this point right here, it's 10,000 feet, and then at this point here, it's 30,000 feet. Obviously, that may not be actually accurate, but for this case, just to demonstrate how to create this animation. So you see right here, it's a line, and what you can go to is you can go to shapes, line, hold down shift while you're doing this, and then drag a line. So you'll see it's really faint right now, it's just this blue color. And then in order to get that fade effect right there with that line, all you have to do is go to right click, format, format shape, gradient line, and then you can make this white, you can make this more transparent. And let's say it's backwards, you can always flip it like this so that it's like that. And then if you want it to be thicker, you can always increase the thickness here. So that is how I created that line part. To create this visual right here, these two circles, all this was a circle, and I made the solid fill a white. And then I also added a shadow with a transparency of 60% and then a size of 102% and then a little bit of a blur of 5 points. And then this circle is just a solid circle with white but transparency of 39%. And that way it gives a little bit more of a 3D effect as to where it's pointing to. Alright, so then what I did was I just lined those up like this, and that is how you can get that line circle point effect. So I'm just going to delete those real quick. Alright, so now we have that full shape. I made sure to group it. All you have to do is do Control G to group this shape. And then now to animate it, all I went to was animations, and then I did wipe. So I did a wipe. I would make sure it goes from the bottom to the top. So I have from bottom. I also made it a little bit longer. So I'll actually delete this one to show you guys what this one looks like. So I have a wipe, I have from bottom, and then I also have a duration of 1 second and a delay of 1 second. The reason why I have a delay of 1 second is because I want that ripple effect to happen. I want the text to come up, and then I want those points to come up as well. So that's why there's a delay of 1 second. And then what I did was I had that same exact animation applied to this visual right here. And let's say you're not wanting to go through that whole process of creating the animation again. You can always do Animation Painter. So if you have this animation that you like and you want to apply to this shape, you can click on the shape you want to copy, click on Animation Painter, and then click on that shape. And that's going to allow you to mimic the exact same animation that you just created. So now lastly, we just have this stat text of the 10,000 feet with the subtitle and the 30,000 feet with the subtitle text as well. So all I did for this was I did a font of Arial with a font size of 28 and then a subtitle text of 14 font Arial as well. And then for the color, I just made it a simple light blue. You can always do like an eyedropper if you want a particular color, and you can pick it wherever you want if you like this blue mist, or you can just pick it yourself as well. Alright, so now I have that text and this text, and all I did for this was I wanted to appear and then slowly fade into the right. So it's very similar to the Welcome to Blue Mist Mountain text, but instead what I'm doing is I'm having that 10,000 feet come from the left to the right. I'm having that 30,000 feet animation come from the right to the left. And for the Welcome to Blue Mist Mountain text, that's coming from the bottom to the top. So what I did here was for both of these, you'll see that I have a fade, and for this one as well. And then I also have a line animation for both of these. And for this fade animation, I have a duration of 0.5 seconds and a delay of 1.75 seconds. And then for the line animation, actually for this left one right here, I have it going from left to right. And then I also made sure to customize these green and red points so that it's just going a little bit. So I have it starting a little before the actual text placement of it, and then it ends where the text originally was placed. And then I have a similar thing for this 30,000 feet text with the subtitle text, but the only thing is I have the line animation going to the left. And you also see here how the text is going from the right to the left and shifted over a little bit past the text on the right, and it's coming to where the actual text is placed on the left. Alright, so now the animation is complete, and when I go into presentation mode, you will see the final effect. Welcome to Blue Mist Mountain comes up, the 10,000 feet comes from the left to the right, 30,000 feet comes from the right to the left, and it's a nice smooth infographic, not too complicated. I also worked with the background image to make a very natural kind of animation with that ripple effect with using the water in the picture. So make sure to leverage those background images to help you with your visual. Alright, so that was everything in this tutorial. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you could subscribe, I would greatly appreciate the support. Also, if you are interested in learning more about PowerPoint, make sure to check out my Udemy course in the description below. I'm going to have a discount code available to you guys for making it this far in the video. And without further ado, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks.